I'm trying to. I thought it was logged out for a minute. Okay.
You thought I logged out for a
I
minute?
thought you had logged out for a minute. Okay.
No.
I'll get my questions off my phone and stuff. Hold on, with me, work with me. All right, bet though. All right, who you think the biggest dummy right now? Diddy or Lil Durk?
Who I think is the biggest dummy
Yeah,
out of Diddy or Little Dirt?
yeah.
I wouldn't even say I think they're a dummy, but I would say more of, how do you say it? Appropriate. Some, how do I say it? I want to say idiotic behavior. You know what I
There's
mean?
another way. Same thing
So,
is stupid.
so I would say idiotic behavior with the way Diddy has done everything. I don't really know too much about Little Dirt,
He
but
got
anything that Diddy has done to
he got arrested for murder for hire.
mentally, huh?
I said Lil Durk got arrested for murder for hire, basically calling hits.
Oh, his. Well, both of them was pretty bad. I mean, Diddy did some, from what they say, allegedly. Let me say allegedly.
You know,
Uh,
allegedly he's still in it. He still ain't post bail, so
Yeah,
pretty
so I
accurate.
would say allegedly they say that, all the different things and support evidence and information behind it. I just think that he did some really idiotic behavior, like to mentally abuse people,
So would
take
you?
advantage of people, manipulate people,
All
control people.
right. My next question is: would you say that those people are victims or volunteers from Diddy?
That's going to be hard to say because I don't really have all the information on it. But for the ones that had no control, those are victims.
But I'm just saying though, they was partying with him, taking the pink cocaine, the Tootsie, and drinking, and they did all this stuff willingly and knowingly, and nobody captured them, and
Let's
they
just
went
say
there. Wait,
hypothetically,
wait, wait, wait.
even
Let
if,
me finish. Let me finish. Let me
okay.
finish. Let me finish. They was doing the pink cocaine. They was with the baby oil, the freak offs, slipping and sliding, playing naked basketball, whatever they was doing, whatever that little rich shit they was doing. And now that they want to sue and do all this stuff, not taking up for him or nothing at all, but now that they promised this hasn't came through and dreams didn't come true, or whatever the case may be. Now they want to, press charges and do all that, which is cool. But yeah, I just, I personally, I think they volunteers, but yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you, right? Even if a person interacted in a party and they were drinking and they interact in some form of cocaine or whatever drugs or whatever, right? They still have rights. So even if he took advantage of them, they still have a right. You
Yeah.
don't
But why didn't?
manipulate somebody when you know what that drug or you know what it's going to do to them.
But my thing is, after he did all this, they continue to still deal with him. Why is that?
That's kind of hard to really say.
Can't nobody answer that question though. That's the question I have for all them people though. Not taking up for Diddy. But I just have a question. Why do y'all continue to deal with this man throughout all
But
these
I
years?
think, to be honest with you, in order to really be able to answer that question accurately and honestly, you need to be in the room.
Uh, the next thing I would say is, if you were a fly on the wall and if you had to guess what went down at his freak offs, what do you think was happening there? If you had to imagine, if you had to use your wildest imagination, what do you think went down in those rooms?
I don't know. I definitely wouldn't want to be there.
You know, would you still party with
Yeah,
Diddy though?
no.
Would you party with him? You said no.
Would I party with Diddy? That's kind
Yeah.
of hard to say. I don't know. It's kind
I
of
feel
hard to speak on something when you're not put in that situation. You know what I mean? So like if I didn't know all of this that we currently know about Diddy, right?
yeah.
But I happen to meet Diddy and I'm invited to a party, not knowing what the party is all about. Is it a good chance that I probably would have went? it's probably a great chance I probably would have went not knowing what the party is about. Just going because Diddy invited me to the party.
Okay, cool, cool. If women dress sexy, do that mean they want sex?
No. But I know a lot of people say the way you dress tells a lot.
Okay.
But sometimes women just want to look beautiful. And
Right.
sometimes people are following what they so-called call fashion.
Are church people too judgmental?
I'm going to say religious people are too judgmental.
What's the difference between old fashioned and sexist?
What's the difference between old-fashioned and sexist?
Yeah.
I would say old-fashioned is you just is the way that you're taught, the way you raised. So you tend to hold on to your sense of style. So old fashioned to me is just like what you're used to or how you was raised to dress or behave or think or talk.
Do you think
As far as the other one, what did you say the other one was?
old
Old fashioned
fashioned was sexist?
and sexist.
Yeah, sexist.
So sexist is just pretty much when people are more about a women shouldn't be this way or a man shouldn't be that way, but it's more of the type of person that's speaking on it, whether it's a man or a woman. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if I was very clear on that one.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. We'll move on. Do you think the pressures of being associated with being a man might account with so many men transitioning to trans?
No, the pressures of being a man has nothing to do with men wanting to be with other men or wanting to be a woman. That has nothing to do with that.
If a prostitute and the average woman are both half naked walking around, is it wrong to assume both are soliciting sex?
If a prostitute and a woman that doesn't prostitute are walking around half naked, is it hard to assume that they both want sex?
Yeah, soliciting sex, selling
Or
sex.
soliciting or selling sex? Just because there's plenty of women that doesn't even do that and they dress the way they dress, it doesn't mean that they're looking for sex. They're looking for some form of attention, but it doesn't necessarily mean that sex is what they're looking for.
Why is a feminine man more likely to be seen as gay than a masculine woman as gay?
I don't even know how to answer that question. I don't know how to answer that.
Why are more women likely to believe astrology, crystals, and mediums?
That's another question I don't know how to answer. Because I
Yes.
don't know why. I don't know why people choose mediums or people choose crystals, or it's kind of hard to like really speak on something when you don't really have experience with it.
How you know a guy is a player?
How do I know if a guy is a player?
Yeah.
Because usually some men, don't get me wrong, are good at hiding what they are, but some of them are not. They can see 10 women in one room and find them all attractive. They'll start flirting and talking to one, and then they'll start talking and flirting with another, and then you see people giving or collecting his number. So, you know,
Are you attracted to players?
who, me?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to know, like, if a guy's a player, because some players, they're so good at hiding it. But to answer the question, do I want somebody that likes to play? No.
Okay. Okay. Do it make sense to act like a woman and think like a man?
Act like a woman and think like a man. Yes. Yes,
What,
that makes a lot of sense.
how did that make sense?
Because it allows you to have an understanding once you have an understanding of the way the man mind works, that makes you a little bit more powerful. So that way, when a man is coming up to you and he's talking to you, you all immediately know when it's game and when it's genuine.
Do you say what is a pimp in your opinion? What's your definition of a pimp? A pimp
A pimp is somebody that like to use women and pimp them out
is a pimp and
to
a
make
player.
money from them.
Is a
Hmm?
pimp, is a pimp and a player the same?
No, a
What's the difference
player
between them?
is a man that likes to have many women and he play all of them, but he's not looking for them to make money for him. A pimp is someone that pimp out women. He has a lot of women, but he pimps them out to make financial gain from them, and they have to give him the money.
If a guy is a manager of a female, of a woman OnlyFans account, would you consider him a pimp?
I don't have no experience on that one, so I don't know how to answer that.
Okay. When is a woman in her prime? You said what?
What is when is a woman in her prime?
What was the last part you just said? I could hear you.
So I can't remember. I'm sorry, but you asked me when is a woman in her
Yeah.
prime? I would say middle 30s and between 35 to about 50 in
That's
primes.
a prime. You think that's a woman prime sexual years?
Yes, 35 to about 50.
When is a man? When you think is a man's prime?
If I, ooh, this one is a little tough. Um, I would say you guys are typically like when you're younger. I would say anywhere from 20s to about, I would say about 42 or 45. I would say that's when you guys prime. 20 to 40. I would say about 20 to 45.
Which is more attractive, street smarts or book smarts?
I think you need both. I think there's nothing more attractive when you have a knowledge of knowing how to get in your books and you can speak the language. Also, street smarts is attractive also, so you can have both. So when you have book smarts and street smarts, that's like that person right there is unstoppable,
Tell
whether it's a
everybody.
man or a woman.
Tell everybody what street smarts is.
Street smarts is having an understanding of how the streets operate, how quick it operates, how to communicate with people in the streets. So to survive from the streets.
The streets are for the weak. What?
You
Why?
think the streets are for the
The
weak?
streets is for the weak.
Why?
I don't believe in streets. I believe in common damn sense, though. But I mean, I don't know. I think the streets destroyed people. The streets got more black men in prison, more women prostituting and selling ass, more motherfuckers behind bars and abandoned homes.
Let me use a better example. Look at 50 Cent. 50 Cent is from the
Oh
streets.
Jesus!
He's
50 Cent is an artist. He's an entertainer.
but he's from the streets. So before he even became who he is, he's from the streets. But not only is he knowledge from the streets, but he's also very smart, intelligent, book smarts. Look how he runs his businesses. Look how successful he is. Look how he's a mentor for other
Right.
successful people.
Right. Okay. I mean, there's maybe some instances. But what are your thoughts on in the black community? We celebrate the. Do you know who Big Meech is?
Who?
Big Meech. Okay. They.
No, I don't know that.
I'm pretty sure you heard that song "Blowing Money Fast" with Rick Ross. I think I'm Big Meech.
Oh, I don't heard that song before that.
Everybody heard the song. It's a smash hit. It was, hey, I like it. Big Meech. When he was talking about Big Meech, that was a drug dealer. He's a kingpin. He just got home a few weeks ago, and everybody was praising this kingpin, this drug lord from coming home. But why in the black community we don't praise the electricians, the mechanics, the plumbers, HVAC? Why in the black community we think drug dealers is the top tier of man masculinity and manhood?
I don't know why in the black community that they're caught up on that. I don't know why. There's so many things in the black community I'm still trying to understand. So, like for instance, why do people settle for the projects and don't try to enhance their knowledge or education and get a
Poverty
degree?
mindset. I can answer that right there for you. Poverty mindset.
So,
Poverty is more
uh,
of a mind. Poverty is a mindset, not necessarily financially. In most cases, if
mhm.
you can't
But
break it in your mind, you would never break it in the real realm.
mhm. And there's so many benefits that's out there for us black people. So many scholarships, so many business grants, so many different opportunities. But other people from other countries come into the United States and benefit from the benefits that we have, accessibility to us here. So that is the reason why I say understanding why people just settle for the projects.
Right,
I don't
right.
understand.
Cool, cool. I'm gonna move on from it. Between your mother, between your dad and your husband, who would sit in the front seat and why?
Well, between my dad and my husband, who was sitting in the front seat, and why?
Yeah.
Well, I'm single. I'm not married at this
Hypothetically
current
speaking.
time, but
Hypothetically
hypothetically
speaking.
speaking. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, my husband, my dad would have to definitely get in the back seat.
Okay, if should your man let you ride in the front or his mom in the back seat?
I will hope my husband will want me to sit up in the front seat, but I'm not gonna trip if he want his mother to sit up in the front seat.
What about the grandmother?
The grandmother, she can sit up in the front seat too. I don't mind getting in the back seat.
Which rapper music motivates you to make money the most?
Which what?
Which rapper music motivates you to make money the most?
Hmm. No rap song motivates me to make money the most.
What is the bare minimum for women?
When you say bare minimum, what do you mean?
Like some women say, guys do the bare minimum. What do you consider the bare minimum?
So are you saying that when guys do the bare minimum that women think that is acceptable? Or are you saying the bare minimum that women feel like, no, he needs to give me more?
Basically, both. It ain't giving enough, or that's what I'm saying. What is considered the bare minimum?
So the bare minimum for me would be somebody just pretty much coming into my life and maybe just taking me out to restaurants. Um, but not really showing me that they're really into me.
Mm. When you say they're not into you, I want you to explain that.
Because it's not just about taking me out to restaurants, it's more. So the bare minimum for me is not okay.
Mm.
Shoot, I need to know your family, introduce me, make me feel important. Let me know
Right.
who I'm involved with. I want to meet your friends.
Just make sure you ain't dating Batman, huh?
Shoot, somebody, you know how like stories, like people say that, you've been dating somebody and they have like 3 lives, like they have 2 other wives or whatever. But yeah.
Why is that when women friend zone good guys who take them out on dates, talk about their feelings, and has goals, but have sex with Chad, Tyrone's, Pookies, and Ray Rays, shooters and killers and drug dealers, men who have nothing to offer them or no future.
For whatever reason, sometimes I feel like it's about